Thank you, Dr. Fari Afsana, for your nice introduction. Uh, Good morning to all dignitaries, all distinguished guests, faculties, participants from home and abroad. Probably this is the first session of Bangladesh Diabetes Committee and first ever virtual conference we are holding with many difficulties in this pandemic. In this session, we have only one presenter, Professor Tofail Ahmed. As you know, Professor Tofail Ahmed is a renowned endocrinologist in the country, and he is actively engaged in developing DLP program in the country, and it gets its popularity in the neighboring countries as well. And he will talk on manpower development in diabetes care through the distance learning project. Uh, I am requesting Professor Tofail Ahmed to please deliver his lecture. Professor Ahmed, please. Professor Ahmed.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Chairperson. Uh, and good morning to everybody who are listening me. And my topic on of the talk you have already heard, the manpower development in diabetes care through DLP of BADAS or DAB. I wrote the DAB just to remember previously BADAS, Bangladesh Diabetic Samiti, was called DAB, Diabetic Association of Bangladesh. Let us go to our talk first. Here in the introductory slide, you can see Diabetic Association was formed in 1956 on 20th February. On the next day, the announcement came to the then uh, all newspapers. One is here, and right at that time, the motto was also published. The motto we know is no diabetic shall die untreated, unfed, unemployed, even if poor. To me, this motto has got two responsibility. One is the organization has to have the capacity to tell everyone of the population that whether he or she is diabetic or not, and also have to have the capacity to offer them diabetic care by skilled manpower. So this is the responsibility that goes in hand with this motto. Sorry. I will divide my talk in three parts. One is the manpower development by DLP, present status, and beforehand, I want to share with you the manpower or physician skill development before the DLP, and also I will finish my talk with the future plan of DLP. The two websites, one is for BADAS and one is for DLP. This is the BADAS structure. In a nutshell, it has got 100 large, medium, and small hospitals, 3 medical colleges, 3 post-graduation institute, 3 dental college, 1 nursing college, and 2 nursing institute, along with a vocational training institute. All this structure has to be supplied with the skilled manpower up to the mark. So this this is a huge structure. The Borders itself need lot of manpower for its smooth running. I'm showing you two maps. One to the left side is the places of affiliated association and sub-affiliated association. These are situated in all the district level and also sub-district level. And on the right side, there is a map of Upazila system. That is the administrative unit of the country. I will show this map later on. Now, if I summarize very simply how the manpower was developed before the DLP. Number one is the classical one, where a senior and a more experienced person trained the junior and less experienced person. This was the beginning, and this is the classical beginning of manpower development. Thereafter came the short-term training. These were mostly done in WHO recognized global centers of diabetology. I can remember many of our seniors were sent for different WHO centers, and also in other accommodation like your fellowship in Commonwealth Fellowship and others to the higher centers to be trained up. The next came the hands-on training system. This was arranged by the organization by gathering national and international experts on the subject. Thereafter, the training came in the form of anybody wants to join or is recruited for diabetic service were put in a structured training program at least for 1 month prior to his or her placement as a young doctor in diabetology. Then the number 5, which I want to mention, these were week-long training sessions of doctors, nurses, and also health technologists by Diabetic Association, and also for the primary healthcare units of Ministry of Health. These were arranged by tripartite arrangement of Ministry of Health, Bangladesh government, Diabetic Association, and also from WHO fund. Now the last one is Bardem Academy. It started in 1986, and now it runs about 19 different courses. And this is actually the structured form of manpower training in a formal system. And I will show you the current DLP is run, or actually how it is influenced by the manpower of Bardem Academy output. If anybody asks how many, what is the size of a manpower that one organization or one country need? The answer is sometimes comes as the population become larger, you need more skilled manpower. Actually, this doesn't apply for diabetic manpower. You see the. You see, if we follow the IDF atlas, you can see Bangladesh population size is about 83 luck, and the world and Southeast Asia size is rising day by day. But you have to keep in mind the diabetic population is not a sole diabetic population. It is changing due to comorbidity of two forms. One is end organ failure of this population, and other is the other morbidities. Like now we are running with pandemic of COVID for the diabetic population, and mostly there is a technical point. There is rapidly upcoming new treatment regime for this population. So you have to plan for manpower development, keeping these in mind. So in the manpower development training program, there are several points included in our drafting, and we try to address all of them. Now I will be in the second part of my agenda, that is the manpower development of by DLP for diabetic population. 2000, 2001 to 3. These are the time when Diabetic Association tried to find out a best suitable way to develop rapid development on manpower and diabetology. After extensive survey, extensive work, the survey report came as a countrywide tutor-based regional tutor center system of DLP is feasible under BADAS organization. We had to survey all the resources available available in the form of open university system, and also the other resources along with expert from Open University UK. Then we tried to design a course, and this was done by two forms of expert. One is distant learning expert of Open University of UK, and also the other is diabetologists from Diabetic Association of BADAS, who are mostly the product of Bardic Academy. And you can see the two-person here, Professor Janet Grant and Professor Mike Stewart. They visited us several times for this during this drafting, as well as for evaluation of the course. This is one of the happiest moment, the inauguration or launching of DAB 6-month certificate course on diabetology in 2003. I can say the then president of Diabetic Association, our chairperson of course and chairperson of the program, all the faculties of that time, all the students, and also I can see at least one of the sponsor in the middle. The sponsorship, financial support was also very crucial at that time for us. I'll talk on some special features of the course. These are individual studies, specially prepared learning material in printed form. This was our basic format. And then we arranged face-to-face tutorials in RTC, Regional Tutor Center. And these held only in Friday, that is weekly holiday, so that now office work is not hampered. We try to use communication method as far as possible. And we also design text activity, hands-on training, practical project, and hospital ward activity. each and every student before starting the program will get an academic calendar so that he or she can prepare prepare himself or herself as the uh, academic calendar so that they do not miss their classes. This is a module-based course. There are 10 modules. After the half of the module, that is 5 modules, there will be assessment program by tutor, TMA or tutor mark assessment 1. And after the 10 module, there is a TMA 2. And after successful completion of the course, they will be sitting for an exam, and there are systems for carry on so that anybody misses the regular class, they can have the opportunity to make carry on this same module. There is TMR also, which is tutor based, and tutor has the capacity to mark their status. Now, if we say the course character, it has got 2 phases. Module 1 to 5 is phase 1, that is crossed by TMA 1, and this is a mandatory. And phase 2 consists of module 6 to 10, that is completed by TMA 2, and then chance or the end course exam is feasible or possible. And in the first phase, students' teaching method or learning method is self-study. And the second phase, along with the self-study, there are hospital activity and workshop. I want to remind you that end course exam is conducted by end course exam committee. This is the function of the central committee, not the tutor. Now I will share with you some points on admission system. Initially, we started first come, first service. Now we have online registry system, and we make score, and then we select the student so that seniors, those who are interested in doing the private practice, and people from the rural area get chance for this. This is our web page system for applying for registration online. It usually occurs at least 3 months ahead of the course beginning. Now the curriculum committee, which is curriculum activity or curriculum development, whatever the name we say, this is the one of the most crucial job of a course. You see, we are running with the textbook of 5th edition, and we have interactive modules, we have practical sessions, we have hospital activity, we do workshop, we regularly take TMS, and our course initially simulate to the memorization fact, that is more relevant with the normal courses, but then we emphasize on developing skill, and now we have included a skill on prescription writing, so that the end product of the course becomes a clinical one, to ensure that we may make such changes. Sorry. We have 10 modules. During piloting, we did produce 10 separate modules and spirally bound in 2003. but now we are running with fifth edition. It was published in January 2018. So this is a continuous job. You see, the practical schedule, hospital schedule, and workshops are so are such a design that each and every student has got uh, practical schedule 2 times during the course, hospital schedule 1 time, and workshop 1 time during the course. And practical schedule is maintained by the tutor. Hospital schedule is maintained by hospital tutors. They are uh, mostly senior tutors and who are engaged in inpatient care of diabetes. And the workshop is solely run by coordinators, means senior faculties. These are the two books. One is for home-based activity, another is class-based activity. And these, for 10 modules, there are 20 such activities you have to fill up and prepare and show to your teacher. Now, this is the picture of an end course exam. The theory is MCQ system, OSCE, that is clinical exam, and OSPE is there. Theory consists of 10 marks, is MCQ based. Practical consists of 100 marks, and pass mark is 50%. You have to pass in theory and practical independently. Sorry, I'm going back. In the examination system, we we check the answer script by OMR system, optical mark reader system. We publish our result in web and preserve them in SPSS file. Certificate is given in usual manual method. Now the evaluation is done by external evaluation, and every student has to submit their own evaluation regarding the course, and we have also professional evaluation. You can see matrix one group from Canada. They also did their independence survey or study or evaluation, and all came positive and encouraging. Now, in one verse, what is the achievement of our distance learning program? If we say up to the 31st batch, which is running, we could enroll 15,951 students, and up to 30th end course exam, 14,740 students appear in the exam, and qualified is 13,239. It is approximately 90% of the students pass out. Now I will just compare the first batch and the last batch. First batch consists of 46 students. 40 was from Diabetic Association's employee, and 6 was a private practitioner or GP. And they were taught in Dhaka only in 5 tutorial centers. And the last batch, which is currently running, the DAB candidate is only 61, and the general practitioners candidates are 759. And our RTC number is 45 currently, and this is distributed throughout the country. No, I'm repeating this slide just to say that we have almost trained each and every employs those who need need training, and now only the new recruits are to trained. So our training, DLP training, is mostly for the general practitioner or any interested doctor who wants to train themselves in diabetology. I told you earlier that there is a map of Upazila system. You see, DAB has got an opportunity to mark these upazilas also. We have got approximately 500 GPs trained, one from each upazila, and their private chamber are actually BADAS accredited physicians center, where on the left it is written that diabetic care is at your hand, and on the right it is written let us prevent diabetes. So so it will change the map in future, and diabetic care will be extended up to the up to the doorstep of our people, so that the motto become a realistic. Now, my last part of the talk, the plan of DLP for future. We have a have a online version where we kept admission procedure as it is. Study, we have made some difference. Basic study is by self-study, which is supported by phase completion assessment. First one is after 6 weeks of admission. Second one is after doing of skill development tutorial, and third one is after doing a workshop. All are all the three will ensure that learning will be more meaningful. Then they will go for an end course exam that is same as it is happening now. Here, the phase one consists of only 3 modules, 1 to 3. Then after phase completion, a student will be able to go to the second one. And after completion of the second, they will be able to go to third one. And then they will be qualified to appear in the exam. Now, in fact, in this online version, self-study is supported by an lesson assessment. This is a self-assessment. I will show you next slides. And then they will appear in the completion of the assessment, which is automatically submitted to the system, so that whether the student is prepared for the next phase or not. And the most important part of this is face-to-face study will happen after getting appointment. That students have the opportunity to choose the date according to the calendar of the of DLP. Calendar will consist of date and also places for the sessions. Now, if we compare the present program with the online, this is head-to-head comparison. I will not go there. And you can see our website for the next version. A student can get admitted or apply for admission according to his or her choice and time. And when they will study, their dashboard will be with progress track, so that a student will be able to understand where he or she is, and the individualized notifications and the schedules are also available just on the bedside, on the website dashboard. So when they will study, the module and session. Basically, the study will be session based, and will be informed, and the color of each lesson will be changed when one has completed that or not, so that at a bird's eye view they can see which one is to refresh, which one is to read, and which one is to give the importance. So each and every lesson will come with a page like this. The student will have got two options. One, they have to download it, so that at the end of the day they get the book for themselves, and they can go to practice of the session. And the practice is very simple. Let us see. There are a few fill up the gaps, or true false, and there is a timer, so that within time they have to complete it and submit it, and at the end of submission they will get the result, what is the score, so that one can understand whether they have to repeat the study or not. And the question that will come here will be from a bank, so that the question will not be repeated, not be not be very clumsy, very simple, and these are non-downloadable. That is, students will not be able to download this. Now about the phase completion, skill development, and workshop in the new system. I will go some detail of the complete assessment just to give you an idea. Suppose a student has completed all the lessons of a phase, and then they will appear in the exam, and the examination will start with the countdown for 25 minutes, and the students will submit it, and the result will come immediately. If he or she completes it successfully, then he or she will be able to go to the next phase. If unable to satisfy, then there has to reappear in this system after 7 days of study. Okay. Now, the most important and vital thing from the curriculum point of view, how we are going to develop practical skill or clinical skill, and these are actually by STD. Each has got very similarity of hands-on workshop, that you see that will start with pre-test and will post-test, and the session will be run by tutors, learning by doing, and it will be booking by the students, and they will get lecture and demo, and they will get some study material before they enter into the session. And after completion of the session, they have to submit their evaluation about the session. Similarly, this is for also clinical use, same structure, and workshop will be conducted by the senior faculties, and this is this session is actually just boost-upping the students just before final exam. Now I will say some points of the software which will actually regulate the system. It can manage faculties, student, and course. It can manage examination, it can manage schedule, it can manage application and support process. It can manage result, it can manage certificate and others. And we have developed this program with our partner, City Health Limited. Now, anybody ask me what is the benefit of a software in such an academic program? For them, I have made this slide. You see, the course is actually having six books. One is for lesson study, one is for lesson practice, one is for phase completion exam, one is for STD1 or skill development one is for STD development of two or clinical exam, and the final one is for examination quotient. And all the six books by the software will be administered in such a way that it will ensure study of all the lessons by each and every student, and it will be checked, noted, documented by online system. So our course has got 188 lessons, and if anyone go through this, and the system will ensure that the student has prepared or tried to prepare this. So this is an ensuring factor. So it can help us a lot. Now, if anybody asks that, can we make this this program to develop new or design new courses? Answer is yes. We can produce courses on diabetology like for the patient's family member, educator, nurse, and nutritionist. For doctors such as cardiology, pulmonology, and to develop the updated course on CCD or specialty certificate exam on this. And I will show you one example that we have used this software to develop cardiology manpower. This is the website of a course which is already piloted by our sister organization, DEP Cardiac, and students are, the first batch has entered, they have crossed 1/3, and we are very much hopeful with this program's output. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm end of my lecture. Initially, I showed you two maps of Bangladesh, how the Diabetic Association has changed or has made some spots there. And here, this is a global map. A small organization, an academic organization, has changed the system, and this is Royal College of UK. They are running their courses all over the world for a long time. Tomorrow is the 6th September. In that regard, can we dream a global extension of his motto, no diabetic shall die untried, unfed, unemployed, even if poor. Thank you everybody for listening, and this is the DLP of BADAS. And I thank the organizer to give me the opportunity to talk on DLP in this August gathering. Thank you all.